Welcome back to another episode of the Full Circle Podcast. It's a good day. It's a good day. I think it's cool to get right into it. We got a special guest. I'll let him introduce himself and let's see what we got.
How y'all doing? My name is Daylen Baldwin. This is actually my first podcast. I'm excited. So
yeah, shout out to the first pod. Let's go.
Definitely the first pod, man.
Oh, that's it? Did you?
That's all I need.
That's all you need.
We're going to hear the story and everything between.
Okay.
My name is Daylen Baldwin.
I feel it.
And that's it.
I feel that. He said, I came with me, and that's all you need. You know, that's all you need. Man. Yeah, man. This is special. I think that this is. It feels like a necessary encounter. It feels like a necessary day to have this episode. I'm excited to get into it. I want to just ask you first, though, how are you feeling? What's your mental been like? You know, how are you physically, mentally, spiritually? Where you at?
Mentally, I don't know. Like I'm in a spot of I don't know. Literally, it's funny because this is like my first off season, not doing anything. Mm-hmm. Usually I have school. Usually I got workouts. I got stuff to do, mandatory things I have to do. But now it's like a lot of this stuff is optional. So just working out, grinding. That's what I've been doing lately. Enjoying the off season a little bit. I took a little bit of rest time, probably like a month off. So mentally, I'm in a decent place. I feel like physically, I'm great. I ain't gonna lie. After my first season, I was on practice squad most of the time.
See, I'm optimal.
I'm in a great spot physically though. Spiritually, I feel like I'm in a great spot. Still working, still grinding.
Yes.
So
That's
everything's
good
though.
to hear. That's good to hear, man. I think about what you just said about we talk about your mental. I don't know, right? I can relate to I don't know. I can relate to not knowing, to not being sure. But I guess that not necessarily being a bad thing.
Not
right?
a bad thing. Yeah,
not
it's
a
not
bad thing, right?
It's just like just right in the middle of good and bad, I guess. Just right in the middle of it. And it's I say it's more so teetering during good. I'm just in a good mental space. This is probably the first opportunity I had to help the people around me a little bit more than I ever have. Just financially, for real, financially, mentally, whatever it may be. And helping people. So that's that's my biggest thing. So
that's good.
That's a blessing.
So would you say that sort of, and again, in the space of, and I'm going to stay here for a minute, in the space of I don't know, right? Would you say that helping those other people or helping whomever may come across fills your cup in a way that enables you, enables you to filter out that negative space, right?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Without a question, yes. Because this is the funniest part. Most people don't know this, but if I get on the field and I don't help the people around me, I play bad.
Really?
I won't play well. If I try to be the ducked off person that people try to be, I'm not I need to talk. I need to help people. I need to tell this dude what route he got. Make sure he lined up on the right spot. If I don't help my teammates and I don't help the people around me, it goes bad for me. My life don't work like that. It's always been like that. So I'll try to come to that approach of man, I don't feel like talking today. I don't want to talk to nobody. Boom. I had my worst days that day. And that's where I understand okay, I'm a helper of people.
Yeah.
Even so y'all could, all these people could be better than me that I'm playing with. But I'm going to help y'all anyway. Because that's just how I got to be. But that's going to keep me on my game as well. So that's where I kind of understood I'm here to help people.
Wow. And through football, obviously that's the medium, right? That you can assess and do that whole thing, right? Where you can go help that person, delegate to help that person, get that person some advice, you know what I'm saying? Be the shoulder for that person to cry on, et cetera, right?
Exactly.
That's interesting because we talk about, having a purpose, right? Which that seems to be your purpose. You said you're a helper of people. It's a big responsibility, right? But that's also a responsibility that comes with a burden, right? Sometimes burden that you don't even want. Sometimes burden that you don't even expect to have. And granted, burden that you don't even want to say is a burden.
Yeah.
But because you are in the most truest context, you're human, you're gonna feel that burden. You're gonna feel that heaviness of somebody else's issue. You're gonna feel the heaviness of a situation that you might be a part of that you might not even have anything to do with.
Every time.
Right? I would say that because those are obviously true and real things, and those are practical things that happen when you do go through this season of helping people, who's there to help you, right?
Man, that's
who's filling your cup?
Yeah, that's a
You're
good
filling
one.
everybody else's cup up.
Yeah,
but who's filling your cup?
That's a
right?
That's a good one. So the first person I really go to, honestly, is God. Like, I'll be like, all right, I'm giving out all this stuff to people. Like, how can you help me at this point? You know what I'm saying? But like, the biggest thing that kind of give me life, like, I didn't know how many people like wanted to see me succeed, how many people praying for me. Like, a lot of people be like, man, like, you really doing something. These, like I said, like high school kids, kids my age, like it's an older group of people. It's not just young kids. A lot of young kids see me. I play in the NFL. That's kind of like I was like, oh, I'm happy because I'm meeting an NFL player. But I'm like, it's dudes my age who like, all right, I know the NFL players, but you the one inspiring me. Like, you the one doing this. So it's actually like I guess a give and take. Cause I'm like, dang, like when somebody tell me how I like affected their life, like that's fulfilling. Like that's how I'm like, okay, I did what God asked me to do. Like literally that's generally how I feel. So
sure.
I think it's like a back and forth a little bit, even though at times I feel like, all right, cool. I am going through something. Ain't really got nobody to talk to about this specific situation. Yeah. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But also, it goes back to where the devil wants to make you feel like you're the only one going through this. I know for a fact I'm not.
Like you're alone.
Like you're alone, exactly. Yeah. But I know for a fact I'm in one of the better positions of life. Yeah. Yeah. I played in the NFL. Like, you know what I'm saying? I went through college. I got a degree. Like, I'm in a way better situation than the next guy. Even if it might not look that way at the time where I'm struggling mentally or anything like that, I know I got a better situation. So it's like, all right, just appreciate this. Then the biggest thing that I do in those moments is like, all right, stop, cut the thoughts off, and just appreciate all the little stuff that you got right now. Cut the thoughts off and appreciate every little thing that you have, like house, breathing, mom, dad, like every little thing that you have. Because some people don't have it, some people don't lost it, some people never had it, and sometimes they may never have it, and that's like the unfortunate situation. So I'm blessed at the end of the day.
Wow. Okay. It's a lot to unpack because you said God. Okay, cool. I hear in that, right? I hear in that God fills your cup, as He should. But what comes with that, your cup being filled, is your cup being overflowed. Okay, you have something to give to other people.
Yes,
you having a full cup and more, and what's better, an overflowing cup, enables you to then give to other people. Now, whatever it is that you're giving, whether that be advice, encouragement, like I said, a shoulder, right, or just space, right? You're there in their space and you're encouraging them by how you're living your life, right? It could just be something as simple as that, but it could look so many different ways that overflowing. But ultimately, again, it enables you to even do that. But then what also comes in that is walking with Him.
Exactly.
Okay. So contextually, we're talking about having a prayer life, reading our words, studying, things of that nature, right? Which helps you grow into the Spirit.
Absolutely.
So when it comes to that, now you're talking about, all right, cool. I'm at peace. True peace.
True peace.
Right? The simple things satisfy me. I don't need all of this other stuff, right?
True peace, man. You just said something right there. True peace. Everybody don't have it, and a lot of people portray to have it when they really don't. Like, true peace is understanding. Like, to me personally, everything in this world happens for a reason. You can't control it. I can't control it.
Yeah. Facts.
You genuinely have to feel that way. And I feel like it's genuinely feeling like, prime example, if somebody makes you mad, some people get mad for a day, some people get mad for an hour. You may get 10 minutes out of me. You might, you gotta really get me mad to get a good 10 minutes out of me. After about 10 minutes, I forgot what we even argued about. Because why does it matter? Like, we don't have enough days to sit there and waste a day on being mad.
Why does it matter? You
know how much energy it takes to be mad, bro? Like, you have to actively not like this person for a certain amount of time. Like, for me personally, it's like, it's not worth that. So it's like, boom, all right, it happened. It is what it is. Like, situation before I got to the Browns, I did a 3-day rookie minicamp with the Giants. Gave it everything I got. Didn't drop a ball, didn't mess up a drill. Perfection. Yeah. I know when I'm doing good at something because, it's what I do every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I know when I did good at it, when I did exactly what I was asked to do, and that's all I could do. I did well at it. Yeah. It didn't work out. I sent me back home. I went back home for 2 months before I got signed to Cleveland. Yeah. So it's like, for me, I'm like, hey, yo, God, I was perfect. Yeah. I worked. I stored over the gift that you gave me. You gave me the gift to play football. I worked at it and I was perfect. I was flawless.
Yeah.
And he basically told me like, hold on, this ain't your time yet. Just keep working, keep grinding. We got this. So just like a situation like that where most people crumble, where actually most of the guys that I was there with all told me they was done. They say, yeah, I'm done. I got a job to go to. I got a job. I got a career to fall back on. Like, that was crazy to me. Like, even the guy that I was driving back in the Uber with, I'm like, I had to motivate him. Yeah. Like, this is another NFL dude. He plays safety, though. Wow. It's another NFL dude. I don't remember his name. He went to Central Michigan. But he literally was, I'm like, bro, you spent, how old are you? He's like, I'm 21, 22. I said, you spent 22 years of your life chasing this. You gonna give one opportunity and stop? You crazy. Like, I said, oh, you crazy. There's no way. I got at least 3 more years of trying to get in here before I ever quit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So just stuff like that, like, that's really understanding peace to me. Like, understanding that your situation is your situation. Nobody can be in it but you. And you understanding your circumstances and dealing with them.
And I would amount it to this, right? And this is for me, and I love that example that you gave, bro, because that's deep, and that speaks volumes in a way where people don't know what's happening in between, right? They see the post, they see the story, they see the name, they see the bright lights, but they don't see what's happening in those 24 hours, right?
Absolutely.
They see that post that it took 1 second to make, but they don't see that 7 days that it took to get to that point. Right?
Absolutely.
They see you in that jersey, but they don't see you in that bedroom 3 days before when you didn't even know you're going to be wearing that jersey, right?
Big facts.
So I think about it like this, when it comes down to a vision. For me, in my life, I have vision, right? I think God blessed me with vision. I have true conviction in the things that I set my mind out to do because I see them so clearly. In most spaces, more clearly than anybody that's in the room with me, more clearly than my significant other, more clearly than my best friends, right? And it can become offensive to other people what your vision looks like because they can't see it. So when you have that conviction with a vision that you have, right? You're talking about peace. That's peace knowing that, listen, I know where I'm going to be. I don't know where you're going to be. I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Everything that I'm writing down, everything that I'm doing right now, every foot that I'm putting forward, every hand that I have in this, it's all going to be for the greater good. Will it be tomorrow? I don't know. Will it be next year? I really don't know. I hope so. But if not, then oh well.
It is what
Will
it
it be 5 years from now? If it is, God speed, right? Because at the end of the day, I know at the end of the day, whatever it is that I got going on and whatever it is that, I'm putting forth in is, like I said, my energy and everything, it's going to be worth it. Because God,
you're getting built for it.
I'm getting built for it. It's a refining process. Okay. Because I'll tell it to you like this, and I'll bring it back to this. First episode, I was talking to KP. You met KP. Shout out KP. It's a full circle photographer. My brother, right? We were talking about the altar, right? This whole idea, this concept of the altar, which the reality of it is we're sacrificing things. Okay, we're bringing it to the fire. And what happens in that process when you're bringing something to the fire, and honestly, even when you're bringing yourself to the fire, you go through this period where it takes a lot for you to get there. That trial and that tribulation where you like, okay, listen, I'm getting hit with haymakers. It's like Muhammad Ali smacking me in the face. You get what I'm saying?
Man.
Left and right. And in this entire process, I'm getting hit, but the reason why I'm getting hit is because I really don't have any aim. I don't really know where I'm leaning. I'm unstable, right? Definitely. For me in my life, listen, I lean on God always and all the time. Is it hard to? Definitely.
Heck yeah.
I got flesh and bone.
It ain't.
It's not the easiest.
It's not convenient.
It's not convenient.
It's not convenient for people.
Everything
man.
else is convenient.
It's not
right?
convenient.
But that's the one thing.
Really lean
right?
on God.
So for me, I know that again, if I lean on Him in all things in all ways, and the reality is, and the reality speaks for itself, I'm gonna have that peace. I'm going to have that peace no matter how bad the situation is. And I almost feel guilty sometimes because they're the worst situations that come up in my life sometimes. And I don't flinch. I don't panic. I don't become cynical. I don't think about the worst. I'm like, okay, I process it first.
Man,
but that's only because I've been through that pruning. I've been through that refining stages. But back to the altar, right? So we're going through this whole thing. We're going to the fire to sacrifice the things that we're carrying with us, whether that be depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, right? It could be being cut from a football team, right? It could be not getting that opportunity that you wanted to get. It could be getting fired from this job, right? All this, the insecurity, the guilt, all these things you're bringing to the fire. And all this entire process of getting to the fire, you're being built up so that when you give those things away, it won't even feel like you have a weight off your back, right? In a sense of you've prepared yourself to be rid of these things because you know what's on the other side.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
I like that, yeah.
So when you're talking about, bro, 22 years? 22 years and you're going to give up after one?
You got one attempt
and you're going to give up?
That's
you're crazy.
Like, that's crazy.
That's crazy. I get that.
You get, yeah.
I get that because I know what it took for you, bro. I know those nights. I know those mornings. I know those days, right? I know the uncertainties. I know the not having the offers. I know the getting the offer.
Yeah.
I know the going to that college. I know the going to the other college. Oh, man, I got to go to this other college.
Yeah.
This is the last year. I know what that feels like for you,
so,
right? Just from watching you. So I understand your mentality on it, like, bro, that's crazy. You gonna give up? Yeah. Because look at what I went through. Am I giving up?
Yeah, like, and that was the biggest thing. So, start back with vision. Just start all the way back where you started.
Let's go back. Let's dial it back. Let's go.
Where there is no vision, the people perish.
Wow. Yeah,
that's God's word.
Yeah,
there is no where there is no vision. People like if people mess up or something goes wrong, people die.
Yes,
it's not even like where there is no vision, the people perish. There is nothing in between that where it's like, well, situations might get fuzzy. You might have an argument here and there. No, people die. Like that's like, think about that. Where there's no vision, the people die. So,
wow,
that's it. That's it.
Yeah. That's,
if you have no vision, you stand no chance, especially as men, because men is the vision of the whole household. So you ain't got no vision. Everybody else behind you doomed.
Because where we going? What we doing?
We just doing anything.
Yeah.
People perishing, running around, doing whatever they want. Like, you know what I'm saying? So the vision is what kept me going. You know, when I didn't know for sure. Like it was endless times, like you said, like the process and the stuff that nobody seen was endless times where I'm like, oh boy, this alley look very dark. It don't look like no way out. Like it don't like this thing about to end no time soon. But in those moments is where I had pushed the hardest. I said, bro, you gotta be something on the other side of this. Like I'm fighting, like it gotta be something on the other side of this. I want to say the first time I truly cried in front of a girl that I was like with, I was at Morgan State. It's probably like 12 o'clock at night. I'm on the football field running gashes. I'm just running like 12 o'clock at night. I don't even know. I just felt the need to go out, go work out. Doing drills, all type of stuff, bro. Yeah. Like I get done with them. Probably I want to say like 45 minutes. I get done with them, bro. I just break down. Yeah. Like, bro, why ain't this working? Like, God, what am I doing wrong? Like,
why ain't this working? Yeah.
Like, why is this not working? And it was crazy because nothing stopped, nothing changed, but it was like a peace over me. Like, man, it ain't working, but come on, let's keep fighting.
Let's go.
So every day I'm still in there catching, I'm still in there doing everything. And like through the midst of this, like at some point, one time or another, every college I've been to, people didn't believe in me. Like one of my coaches, like not even one of my coaches, like a group of my coaches at multiple schools didn't really believe in me for real. So it's like, it's been to that point to where like the people who's supposed to believe you ain't even believing you. How will you believe in yourself? But I'm
sorry, that just sound like R2D2.
You good?
Those people's belief in you, was your motivation and was your drive contingent on their belief in you?
No.
Okay.
That was the biggest thing where I would, like, when I met God, I understood I'm doing it for him.
Gotcha.
So for a long time, a lot of people be like, well, he hated on me, so I did it to prove him wrong.
Oh, okay.
Or I did this. Man, it wasn't worth that. Like, I don't care what they talking about. Like, they don't even know what they talking about. Yeah. And it's crazy. A lot of people hate on me. Some of my teammates hated on me. Like, they ain't nobody on Sundays. Like, some of the coaches who hated on me don't coach no more. Like, it wasn't like a, it's like I didn't have a hate towards them. I'm like, all right, you can't see this path. I got to get away from you though. Because we ain't about to do this. You know what I'm saying? So, the biggest thing is that like, I just truly understood that God was like, okay, this is your vision. Ain't nobody else got to believe this no more. And that's just genuinely what it is. Nobody had to believe in it.
Got you.
Like, I was at Michigan, and at this point, it was right before Michigan State week. My boy Andrell Anthony, he'll tell you to this day, he was a freshman, but he got to start that week.
Yep.
I I might have played like 3 plays that game. He got to start that week.
Wow.
As a freshman, I'm a senior. He was like, man, bro, hey, Daylen, do the upper class and mess with me, like, cause I'm a freshman. Cause I'm a freshman getting a start. I said, look, bro, first of all, don't you ever ask nobody else that, cause everybody ain't me. A lot of dudes gonna be hating on you. They gonna feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Everybody not like that.
Yeah.
So I came to, I said, bro, I said, nobody would be in the league right now. I later told him, I said, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. God already told me I'm going to the league a long time ago. I want you to go ball. He was like, dang, bro, that's real. I said, bro, I'm telling you, I'm gonna get my shot regardless. My shot is there. I promise. Don't worry about it.
Wow.
And
That's conviction right there.
And he's like, all right. He's like, bro, I appreciate that, bro. Like, you don't even know how much confidence that gave me, bro. He was like, I was worried that nobody would, like, everybody be mad at me for playing. I'm like, dude, that's a coach's decision to put you in the style lineup. I'm like, don't ever feel that way again, though. Any opportunity you got, you take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? Just talking to him on some like brick bro stuff. And he went out there and balled. I was so happy for him, bro. Like, but it was like, we had a conversation just not too long ago. He's like, bro, you really knew you was going to the league already? I said, yeah, God had told me. When I was at Jackson State, he had told me I was going to the league. I was talking to Rachel about it earlier, but my coach, I was seeing all my coaches get on the stage and they were talking about purpose and stuff like that. I'm like, man, dang, I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, God, what's my purpose? I've been playing football since I was 7, but they ain't never really told me what I was supposed to be doing. I actually prayed on it, woke up the next morning. I walk into my coach Ron Dickerson. Ron Dickerson is kind of who got me started on my faith. He gave me my favorite scripture to this day, Galatians 6:9. Do not grow weary. In the right time, you reap a harvest.
Yes.
He actually just like really like get baby fed, baby spoon me, like just feed me a little bit of God every day. But he actually was in his office. He was talking to another player. I'm walking down the hallway. I walk into his office. As I'm walking into his office, he's like, yeah, Daylen gonna get to the league. He just gotta keep practicing hard. All right. I'm like, all right. That was so awkward. I'm like, all right. Walk back out. I walk back out. My boy Brandon Sanders, young, like my like little bro on the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my dog. Still to this day. Still my guy. You know what I'm saying? He walked up to me. He tapped me. He's like, hey, Daylen, bro, I just want to tell you something, bro. Like, you gonna go to the league and I'll be right behind you. I'm like, all right, cool, we good. So from that day forward, like, I had a grind already, but from that day forward, it was different. Cause I knew the answer, because you gave me the answer. Wow. Like, you gave the answer right to me. I said, all right, cool, you speaking loud to me like that. Don't worry about it. I can do something with that. You know what I'm saying? So,
bro, wow, okay.
That was crazy.
That was crazy. Okay. Let's talk about it though. One, that takes humility, right? To tell him as a freshman, listen, basically all I know is God told me this, okay? You go do that.
Go do your thing.
Go do what you were designed to do.
Man,
all right, don't worry about that. Go there, right? But I think in what you were saying and how you said it, I don't think there was any, and that's why I say it's humility, because there wasn't any self-righteousness in your effort or even your heart posture, it sounded like, to tell him, like, listen, I'm that guy, or I'm doing this, or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it was specifically geared for him to shift his mind and to have that perspective of, oh,
he cool with me playing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to motivate him as much as I could in that moment. But that's why I told him, like, man, don't ask nobody else that. Anybody else gonna down you. Most people gonna down you and be like, no, man, like, we mad about it, blah, blah, blah. I said, man, don't ask nobody else this, because anybody else gonna have a completely different answer. I want you to ball. I want to see everybody eat. I'm not selfish. Like, I want to see you eat, bro. What you do ain't got nothing to do with me.
Yeah. Like, it's space for everybody.
It's space for everybody. Like, I'm good. Like, so
wow. And you know, and I think that's what makes not only a great teammate, but a leader, right? Making yourself small. Because I'll put it this way, right? When you have somebody that's the leader of a pack, and granted, you're a senior, he's a freshman. So by nature, the freshmen, they're like, whoa, like, I'm here, I'm on campus. I don't know what's going on. I don't know where I'm at. I don't know what to do, right? They're gonna look to the upperclassmen who have been through these seasons, who understand what the college life is about, college football, this whole process, going into the league, wanting to go into the league. They know, they want to understand, like, what was your process? What did you do? How did you think about this? When you didn't have a good game, what happened? What did coach say? Like, because they're new. And part of being a leader is acknowledging that, seeing that, and being like, okay, I gotta know how to delegate. I have to delegate my knowledge, my understanding, my wisdom in this area to not only help this guy. And honestly, forget football. This is like my little brother.
Literally,
I want to help him in life.
It's
deeper than that. And I think when it becomes deeper than football, it fuels football. You get what I'm saying? When Absolutely. It becomes deeper than what it is about, the thing that you're carrying yourself with, then you as a person, when you develop yourself, whatever it is that you're doing, by default, it's gonna handle itself. You know what I mean? It's gonna handle itself.
So a lot of people don't know the best football players understand themselves the most outside of football.
There we go.
They have completely different hobbies. They don't do nothing associated with football. The best football players, like the best players on my team, Chubb, Miles, they know themselves outside of this game.
There we go.
They know this game is a job. They know that because that's generally what it is, and they understand who they are completely outside of it. They do their own thing. They act as their own people. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
Like people think football players like, how they act on the field is who they are as people. Completely wrong. Most football players are very calm people.
Like, and that's the perception though, right?
It's just perception, for sure. But like some of the best players in the league, they all have their own person outside of football. Football don't tie into their entire life. So understanding yourself is a huge part of it. You get what I'm saying?
So I got a question for you then, man.
Talk to me.
Okay, you talk about, this is pre-draft. Okay, this is pre the league. You know what I mean? I know where you at now, but I want to know once you got that opportunity, right? You talk about doing a training camp, and for 2 months you at the crib waiting for an opportunity. Okay. In that season, obviously, I would assume that you're in that season getting closer and getting stronger in your faith
every day,
right? So when you got that opportunity, when the Browns called you and say, "Yo, what's up, man? We need you. We want you on the team. We want you on the practice squad. Let's do it." Going into that season and then getting an opportunity, you got upgraded.
I got upgraded one game
on that roster, right? How did that affect your mental? Knowing that where you were before, obviously it sounded like it didn't dictate who you were as a person, but I would imagine that having the conviction that, okay, I'm gonna be there and I'm here, but it's not what I thought it would look like. But I'm content, even though I'm not on the field right now, I'm content because it's gonna come, and it comes.
Exactly.
Where did your mental go when it actually came? How did you really feel when it felt? I guess because I know nothing is forever, nothing's permanent. Obviously, in the league, it's a business.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not permanent.
Right, exactly. So I would say to feel like you had some sort of like leeway into where you see yourself. Generally, how did it make you feel?
So I got elevated like week 14. It was later in the season, week 15. Every week before that, I was killing our defense.
Yep.
Practice. Every day, practicing hard every day. Like. I couldn't understand why I wasn't elevated already.
Word.
Like, that's how good I was doing, like, in practice. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of prayer, a lot of Bible talk, because I was frustrated. Like, go, God, like, come on now. I'm doing these boys work every day. Like, every day.
Yo, if you like what you're listening to and you want more, come join the Full Circle community. Link is in the bio. I'm there. Team's there. We kick it. We have fun. We have conversation. And overall, we just hang out. If you want to be around like-minded people in the community, then do what's best for you. Join the community. I'll see you there. I mean, I just, God, look at me. Look at me, God. You see me, God.
You see me working, you know what I'm saying? So, and just doing the right things, trying to do the right things, trying to do right by people and stuff like that. He kind of like, I feel like he slowed that process down for a reason, but that 2 months before prepared me for that. That 2 months before, ain't no job, ain't no school, ain't no pay. I'm just working out.
Yeah. Wow.
Like, let's be real. I'm sitting down working out at the crib. Like, mom and dad taking care of me. Like, I'm making some money doing a little Amazon Flex DoorDash, but I ain't making no real cheese. My mom and dad take care of me. I'm in the crib.
Wow.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, before that, I'm like, so practice squad, we get paid every 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? I'm practicing. In this league, bro, you practice like 3 days a week, max. It's the most you get. Yeah, he trying to be in the camera. Go ahead and pick him up. He trying to get in that camera. He said, "Yeah, I'm here, cuz
we got the
y'all gotta let me be seen right now."
We got Duffy,
This little bully man, about 10 weeks, man.
It's the Full Circle mascot. Yeah, man. Here's your cameo. That's what you wanted.
Had to get his cameo. He was not playing.
That's what you wanted.
All right, go ahead and get down, boy.
You got it. You got it, brother. You got it.
But go ahead, boy. Where was I at? I was
you DoorDash, all of this,
facts
at the crib. Yep.
So I'm at the crib doing DoorDash and everything. So it was easy for me to sit on practice squad and get paid to practice 3 times a week. Because we don't practice much in the league.
Yep.
Monday you ain't practicing, Tuesday you ain't practicing, Wednesday, Thursday you practicing, Friday is a lighter practice, but you still practicing. I'm practicing 3 days a week. So you tell me I'm getting paid every 2 weeks to practice 3 days. Oh, I could be real patient right here. I was just patient. I was just patient at the crib with nothing.
Yeah.
I could be real patient right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But how I felt when I really got the opportunity. Sit down, boy. Sit. When I really got the opportunity, it really had actually. I was ready. I was ready. Number one. Number two, I was genuinely happy.
I'm listening.
You good? I was genuinely happy. Understanding that I worked for it. Number one. Number two.
Yes.
Understanding like it was just God. I know it's God's timing, and I did well. When I got my opportunity, I did well. I wasn't happy like, oh, I got activated. Like it was cool feeling, but like I really sat down and understood that I was doing what God designed me to do. And that's what made me more excited than anything. I knew I was doing God's work. That's what really like when I was on the field, it was cool. I felt good and everything. But like when I really sat down and like really got into it, no, I'm good. Like I know I'm doing God's work. I'm fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Like that's really what made me happy, got me excited. Like that's what pushed me.
Because you were on assignment.
I'm on the assignment. It's not about a personal gain. It's not about this and that. No, I'm on the assignment. Like he really told me this is it, and I know what I got to do.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know this is just we about 2/4 maybe the way through the assignment. Like the assignment getting bigger, and it's gonna be it's gonna be better. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that. So for me, it was like, thank you, God.
Wow, and that's true. I can even attest to that, right? Where having this realization where you're in this situation of, okay, it's unlikely. I didn't know I was going to be here, but I understand the circumstance. I understand that this is where I am called to be. This is the reason why I have this relationship over here with this person, or that relationship over there with that person. This is why I had to stay late at work hour, because this, right? This is, every day in the break room, I run into the same person at the same time, and we had the same conversation. Wow. God, I know what you're doing. I'm on assignment. Because I believe when, you understand your purpose, again, when you understand your purpose and your placement, that's the part right there. The placement. Then you'll have peace in it, right? Because you're agreeing to the assignment. You're answering the call. And, I always say, call God, right? When I'm at the gym, like it's a funny saying. It sounds funny because it sounds like whatever, but I say that to say, call him. See who picks up. See what happens. See what direction your life is going to go.
Take that chance.
Take that chance, because it is a chance. It can feel like a big chance, but I promise you, it's not. It seems so strenuous and so tedious to do, but when you do it, it'll be the best decision you ever make.
Best decision of your life. It's a lot of work to come after the initial call.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of work to come after the initial call, but the initial call gonna help you understand, I've been missing out. You know what I'm saying? So for a long time, like I really met God my junior year when I was depressed. When I was at Jack State, I was depressed. That's when I really met God. I started doing Bible study. My boy Matt Harvey. That's when I really got into it. You know what I'm saying? But before that, I never understood why people who knew God always wanted to spread his word. So at first, to me, it made no sense. Like I'm like, why? Like, why they why they so like anxious and over dramatic, like they really want to show somebody.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, this is why. So when I met him, I'm like, oh, I don't want nobody not to have this. You got to share this with everybody. Like that's generally how I felt. So I'm like, okay, this makes a lot of sense now. This is why everybody felt like this before, because this is worth sharing. You want to share this with everybody that you encounter, because you want to look out for your people.
Yes,
especially the people close to you. Yes. So it gave me that perspective of it.
Yeah, no, bro, you can talk all day, bro. Honestly, I can sit here and listen to all this because it's the truth, bro. People need to hear it. And it brings so much perspective because, again, like I say, man, I've watched your journey. I've watched where you go. I've seen where you've been. I've been on the same field as you. I've shared those moments with you as well and had these conversations. And I think about, obviously, the growth, but then, too, just the practicality of somebody having this mindset, having this walk, and having this conviction. It's not every day you walk past somebody and they actually are certain about where they at. It almost offends somebody when they meet somebody else who's very sure about where they're going to go, what they're going to be, what they're going to do, because that person doesn't know themselves.
A lot of people don't know where they're going to go. They're lost. They don't really understand. That's probably one thing I can't necessarily relate to. I can't necessarily relate to that. Even at times when I thought I would go somewhere, I knew I'd be playing football. So like that's not something I can necessarily relate to. I do feel as if like there were times where I did feel uncertain about football, maybe. But there was never like I would never tell you. You would never know. At all. I always kept it to myself. Like even when I wasn't as confident, I knew like, no, I can play. Even when I had 0 stars and everybody around me had 4 or 5 stars, I could play with any of them. But people don't understand the power of speaking, the power of vision. It's real.
Super real.
Yes. Like you can speak yourself up. And a lot of people, especially like nowadays, like mental health, a big thing.
Absolutely.
For me, we don't make it as simple as it is. It's not super simple. It's hard for some people. Don't get me wrong. But it's a choice. Your mind, you have control of it. Most people don't understand they have control of their mind. So you have control of your mind. You control the thoughts that come in and out. So you can sit there and reminisce in that bad thought and sit in that bad thought and stay in that bad thought. That is an active choice you have to make to do that, though. It's much easier to do that because devil's work. We on earth. We here on earth. This was done down here. You get what I'm saying? It's much easier to do that. But you can easily say, as fast as you can say, man, I ain't good at this. As quick as you can say, all right, I can keep fighting. Let's go. The same way, in the same mind, in the same brain. It ain't nothing else. It ain't going nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? So I forgot who I was listening to, but they put an analogy like this. Steve Harvey, actually.
Okay.
I was watching something on YouTube. You wake up every morning. You got 1,000 bad workers in here. You got 1,000 good workers in your head. First thing you say in the morning, that's what work is going to go started. So you say you tired and you don't feel like getting up. Then work is start. All right, I'm tired. I don't feel like getting up. I don't feel like going to work. You late for work. I don't feel like being at work. You don't do good work. After work, you tired. You go to bed. All right, I'm tired from work and I deserve a drink. Now you drinking. Or you can wake up. And say, all right, thank you, God. I ain't got to. I know I ain't got that many days, but I know I did. When we gonna make this one count. Just as simple as that. You get up, you get to work in the morning, have a good day at work, treat people respectfully, go home, eat a meal, go to bed. And that shift, say that consistently could get you a promotion. That consistently get you fired. But it's genuinely with them 1,000 workers, them 2,000 workers in your head.
What you start with. How you start.
How you started.
You know, it's crazy because I did a challenge, right, on my Instagram not too long ago. The beginning of this year, I did a 30-day challenge. On one of those days, or 3 or 2 of those days, right, I said a few things along the lines of, you know, when I wake up in the morning, I hit myself with, all right, let's go, right? Because if the first thing that I say, and this goes with speaking life over yourself. That's pretty much what you touched on. If the first thing I say in the morning is the one thing that I don't want to do, or the one thing I'm not looking forward to doing, everything that's in me is going to be geared toward that one emotion that started out my day. If I wake up saying, "Oh my goodness, it's so early," then I'm gonna be super tired, and I'm gonna be consumed by my tiredness, and I'm gonna walk in that, and now that's gonna pretty much affect everything that comes after that.
Everything that comes after
and it's a byproduct of that initial thought. Now, I will tell you this. Now, I will say this, right? I think about this choice mentality. And although I agree, I'm a challenger, right? Mm-hmm. I agree with the fact that we do have a choice. Yes, I can either choose to say, I'm so thankful to be up this morning. What's next? Or I can say, it's too early. I wish I had another hour, right? But let's go back. Let's go back because now we're talking about small stuff, right? Let's talk about mental health. Let's talk about some real stuff, right?
Okay, let's go.
If somebody's depressed, I would beg to differ in the sense of, although it is a choice to change the mentality, what do we say to those that are so consumed, right? So deep in their depression or so deep in their insecurity. Granted, you're so deep. You ever seen the bottom of the ocean? Okay.
No.
But do you know how dark it gets?
Yeah,
okay.
You know how dark it gets.
So think about that. Now think about somebody with depression, anxiety, right? Things of that nature. The deeper you go, the darker it gets.
For sure.
You don't see anything else. You just see what's around you, and that's nothing.
It's nothing.
So to somebody that has that mentality, or not that mentality, but that reality of like, okay, I'm down. I'm in the dark. I'm in the dark. What would you say to somebody who is feeling that, but ultimately they don't know where to go? They don't even know
where they at.
Exactly. You know exactly where I'm going.
I know exactly where you was going.
So what would you say to somebody? Because I can attest to that, right? I've been depressed before to the point where I didn't understand what the light could do for me. It's almost like becoming consumed by something I know that isn't good for me, but because that's all I know, I'm going to continue on that path. Even though I know it's not good for me, but what is? Show me something else.
Yeah.
I want to see it. I have it. Yeah. I ain't experienced that. I never said that to myself. Nobody ever told it to me.
Facts.
I don't even know. So show me.
Yeah.
So what would you say to somebody who's that deep?
Start small. Start small. Little wins. Like little wins will get you there.
Like that.
Little wins. Just little wins. I promise you. Little wins add up to big wins. So shoot, you make it to the next day. Start counting your little wins. All right, I made it to the next day. All right. Even you in a true state of depression. All right, I could talk to my friend. Win. I got up and got something done. Maybe I cooked this morning. Maybe I made up my bed. Win. Like if you start counting really little wins, you start appreciating it a little bit more. Boom, that appreciation can lead in to the next steps of, all right, now we're getting a little bit bigger. Yeah. Let's have a good day. Boom, that was a good day. Now let's try to have another one. Win. Another good day, another win. I just really say like that's the biggest thing, starting small and understanding that and you starting small gonna truly get you to the understanding of, okay, this isn't all bad. Because that's all you think. You like, everything is not going my way. I'm stressed out. And it's no way out of this. The little wins gonna keep pushing you to the way out of it. You like, and even those little wins gonna get you. You might have a light as big as a star, just as big as the littlest star you could find. But like that little bit of light that give you, that's all I hope that some people need. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, boom, I can see the light. I know I don't want to be here no more. Let's keep going that way. You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest thing I say. Start with little wins and grow yourself.
That's good, because that teaches you to have patience and grace for yourself. Because I believe that if you have grace for yourself, then those little wins will fill your cup, right? Those little incremental steps will ultimately fuel that big victory that's at the end of the road, right? And the only reason why I challenge you on that is because somebody might hear what you just said prior, and they might say, bro, it's not a choice.
It's not a choice.
It's not a choice.
Exactly.
Right?
And don't get me wrong, because I've been in a mental spot where I'm that strong now. Got you. So I've been in a mental spot where it wasn't no choice, and I just felt like everything was going bad.
There we go. He's not invincible, ladies and gentlemen. He's not invincible.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been in that spot where things are going bad, but for me, that's how I begin.
For sure.
So I started doing little wins. My biggest thing one of my teammates had told me, he's like, don't go in your room. Don't be in your room for long. When you're depressed, stay out your room. That is the worst thing. That's going to keep you there. So I used to go out to the plaza. I walk around. I read a book. Sometimes even talk to random people that I ran into people. Like, honestly, the craziest part is that, like, me being depressed, and I was walking around, I actually stopped somebody from committing suicide.
Wow.
That, like, crazy.
Heavy.
Like,
wow.
Like, that was crazy to me. Like, I met this girl at a random time.
Yeah.
Like, it was like at night. It was like 10 o'clock at night. I was just walking around, just trying not to be in my room. Because I know I'm like, if I go in my room, I'm in my room, I'm playing 2K, it ain't gonna last long. Dark thoughts, like, you know what I'm saying? I knew it wasn't gonna help. So I was out and I just met her and we started just communicating. Friends, really cool girl. But after a while, I ended up stopping her from committing suicide. So that was like stuff like that. But that's genuinely why I feel like everything happens for a reason in everybody's life. Like, it's not a mistake that I was there at that time to help her. You know what I'm saying? So the biggest thing I say is like I said, the small wins. I just start taking little small things and just appreciating them real quick. All right, boom, now let's appreciate it a little bit more. And that's what got me out of it. But my philosophy on it being a choice is for gaining that mental strength to make it a choice.
Got you.
You get what I'm saying?
Strength, yes.
That's where I'm at now. I wasn't there before.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like a thing where like, oh, everybody got a choice. No, sometimes it genuinely don't feel like a choice.
It doesn't feel
like a choice.
Yes.
Exactly. Great. But it's always a choice. That's more so what I'm saying.
For sure.
Because like, okay, you there right now, but even somebody hearing me say it's a choice could be like, that could get somebody just thinking just a little bit enough to be like, dang, I don't have to think bad thoughts.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, just
That's
that
good.
one little
That's
thing.
good.
And I appreciate you challenging me on that because now I just explained how I really feel about it.
Absolutely.
Somebody else, like you said, might have been like, there ain't no choice, man. It's hard. You know,
it's my life. Yeah.
It's my life. So but they like, that's like the genuine thing. I just want to hear like somebody be like, well, it's a choice. I'm like, hey, is it really though? They sit there and they might have one good thought run through their head and be like, okay, let's keep this good thought here.
Let's let this linger more.
Let's let this one linger more instead of bad thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
That makes me think about just how many of us are accessible in the best way possible. How many of us are open on a cue? How many of us are so open and so aware that if we're walking down the street at 10 o'clock at night, we come across somebody who might need us, right? Because I think that especially in American culture, I'm just going to speak to America because I'm American and I only lived in America, right? But I would say that we live in a very hustle and bustle work culture. And it comes to a point where I've seen people become jaded by other people having issues, by other people having, I guess, just issues because I think it becomes an inconvenience for other people. And I believe that is an issue because at the end of the day, we all fall short, right? So if let's say I'm at work, I'm working, I work at a shoe store, okay? I'm selling shoes. Little kid comes in. He lost his dad, but he loves these shoes, right? He's talking to me about some shoes. And I'm so ready to be off of work that I don't want to take him, right? I'm off in 5 minutes and he want to talk about some shoes. I could either be like, listen, little man, I can get you with somebody knowing that there's nobody for him to get, right? And just kind of like ease my way out because he's a kid, so he won't remember, right? Like he doesn't know anything. He's nobody, right? He's a kid. He's insignificant. Yeah. Okay? Right? Quotation marks for the listeners.
Yeah, no, for sure. You gotta make that clear. Gotta make that clear.
Or I could, why you like these shoes so much, little man? Where have you seen these shoes? What size you wear? You want to try them on? Enough for his dad to come in, right? Finds his son, which he probably lost. And then little do I know, he just wants to get his little brother some new shoes, right? He wants to get his brother a present or whatever. Like, I don't know the story. There's a story behind why he's in the store. But I'm there to facilitate that thought. But I'm also there to show this little kid that, wow, man, good job. You're a great big brother. Yeah, man, he's a great kid. I'm gonna give him. I'll slide him some free. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just setting myself up to have that sort of interaction enough to where I know I'm impacting that kid's life. Could have made a better example, but that's just something that's very simple that on the surface, it's just like, you know what I'm saying?
that thing, like I don't like, bro. That's simple in your eyes, but bro, that little pair of shoes that you might have gave that kid might have changed his life.
Yep.
You don't know what his life like at home.
True.
You don't know nobody in the dump for him. That's why. But that's how like you have to treat people. That's how I treat people. Or like, all right, you might have like random people who like super aggressive. Like, bro, just chill. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just vibe and like, that's hard for a black man. Somebody come aggressive to you, what's the natural reaction? Get aggressive right back.
Yep.
But like, nah, chill vibe. Be like, damn, why that boy acting like that? Like, now you ask yourself that question, like, dang, he might have dealt with something at the crib. Boom, that's something. Be like, all right, cool, we just leave it alone. It ain't that deep. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like a lot of people in this world today don't even try to. We argue to be right. We argue to prove the other person wrong.
Yes.
We don't argue just to simply understand what this person is saying.
Yeah.
If you just understand the person across from you and the other person understand you,
we listen to respond.
We listen to respond. It makes life a lot more simple to just purely understand.
Can you guys back up just a little bit? He was bumping into the table and mics were rattling up.
For sure.
Just if you could just go back to right before you started saying that makes sense.
Which one? Where I was understanding?
Yes.
Yeah. So like if y'all both understanding each other, there is no disrespect. There is no, oh, I'm right, you wrong.
Gotcha.
It's like, all right, cool. We got to understand and we understand where each other coming from. Now we can like compromise.
There's a true heart posture there.
It's a true heart posture there. But so many people nowadays never argue to just understand. I want to argue, boom, we go back and forth. We trying to understand each other's perspective. If you can, I think people say knowledge is power. I think perspective is power. If you can understand where everybody in the room is coming from, you are the most powerful person in the room. Why? Because you can understand everybody. You can hold a lot of knowledge and not understand people at all. You're through for it. Like you just stand no chance with people.
Yeah.
Come here, boy. Sit down.
That's true.
You know
we got Duffy.
Yeah, he having an active little field day right now.
We're having a field day. But man, listen, I really wish we had more time. And what you're saying is truth. Ultimately, at the end of the day, when it comes down to perception, which is key, and it is power, I believe you, and I agree with you. It's just about being slow to speak and quick to listen. Our ears need to perk up before our mouth does. At the end of the day, tongue needs to speak life, and we need to understand who we're around, our awareness of ourselves, also, but the people that we have, so that we know if and when we need to be there for them. Wow, this is good, bro. Like I said, I can listen to you talk, bro. I can let you just give and give and give and give. This is really what it was, man. I'm so grateful and I'm so glad that you wanted to do this, and I'm so glad that you wanted to. You showed up. You answered the call, bro.
No, for sure. I appreciate it. I appreciate you having me. Number one, we definitely got to do a part 2.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I definitely appreciate you having me, man. Like I said, this is my first podcast for real. I think I did one with Lack and I was in college, but this is my first real true podcast, and I appreciate you for having me. But yeah, man, I know what other podcasts do for me.
Yes.
So my biggest thing was like, I know I can help somebody. Like if it's just I know I can help at least one person who listens to this podcast. You know what I'm saying? So, and
that's what it's about, bro. It's about the community being impacted. It's about the community being infected with real information, real faith like you have, real perspective like you gave. And so, again, I'm appreciative and I love you.
Love you too, bro.
And, for all the listeners and all the watchers, everything this man just said, take heed to it. This was really, really, really important. And I'm glad that you guys got to witness and experience this. I love you all. God bless and Godspeed. This is another special episode. I see you guys in the next one. We out.